Hello, everybody. How everybody doing today? As you can see, this thumbnail right here, and I just want to share how this happened. And I didn't do it, but I almost did it. And I'm glad I didn't because no telling what my life would be today. It's going to be just a little lengthy, but bear with me. Um, I never told too many people this, and I wanted to get it out there because, especially the youth and that they need to know, like, smoking crack can really, really destroy your life, man. It'll cause you to do so many things, steal, manipulate, sexual favors for it. I mean, it can get real ugly. But I just want to share the one night that I almost smoked it, and I'm glad that I used my discernment and really stayed away from it. You know what I mean? So that's why the reason why I walk different, yo. I don't walk like everybody else walk. I walk with a purpose, and I always pay attention to my surroundings and who I'm around because everybody's not your friend. Everybody is don't have your back. You know what I mean? The only person that who would genuinely have your back without changing is God, is Jesus. Everybody is subject to change in your life. One minute you cool, the next minute they flake on you. You know what I'm saying? Especially even now today. So um, just bear with me, y'all. Here we go. So this all this happened in Philly. I was young. I was about in my early 20s, and I got invited over to a party. With a bunch of friends, a house party. I don't usually not a party type dude, but I went over there to hang out. So we over there, we chilling. Everybody in there smoking weed and drinking beer, liquor. I'm not really a liquor drinker 'cause I don't like that taste. I was more like a couple joints of beer, like Hennessy, Yangling, or a Heineken or Michelob or something like that. You know what I mean? Occasionally I might drink of Old English or maybe a St. Ives when they was out, Mad Dog 2020, something like that. But I might sip on that. But hard liquor like moonshine and things like that, I stayed away from that because I seen what it did to, my mom and stuff, how it really affected her. So we at the party, we chilling, and then my friend is trying to ask me on to smoke weed, what I'm saying? At first I was really resistant about it, and I ain't smoking no weed. And they're like, come on, man, just take a couple puffs with it, a couple puffs with it. And I know better than that, but I said, all right, I'll smoke one. So I puffed it up, right? And it just tasted kind of, I mean, it had me feeling weird. And I got dizzy, and it felt like my body was like, um, I don't know, my body just felt different. You know, I don't know what type of weed it was. So one was this dude that was there. He said, "Yo, man, I can spice your weed up to make you give it more better, you know, a better effect." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." He's like, come on, man, just we here chilling. This was my birthday. I said, "No, I'm good, man." So I didn't see what he put in the weed, but he had all my homies, man. They was like looking weird and acting crazy, goofy, laughing all the time, and just felt like had this like glazed look in their eyes, and they just look so. And then they try to pass me. I'm like, nah, I'm good, man, I'm straight. So of course they felt some type of way because they thought, I wasn't cool because I didn't smoke with them. So I noticed like it was a dude in a party, like in a cut, just chilling. He was sipping on some beer, and I went over there and we was rapping. He said, "Bro, don't smoke that weed, man." He said they lacing it up with crack, and I was like, "Word?" He said, "Yeah, man, don't smoke it, man." He said I made a mistake and did that one time, man. That messed me up, man. He said my heart started racing, and I had to get rushed to the hospital. He said, "Don't do it." So. And I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of contemplating to smoke it because I was like, you know what, man, I forget, I might as well do it. But I'm glad I didn't. And have I done it? Saying I don't know what it did to me right now. And that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't smoke weed from nobody unless you lacing it up with your own. You get it from your own. I wouldn't trust nobody. You know, I had my grandpa passed away because a friend that he trusted put a Mickey in his drink. You know, when he went to the bar, he left the drink open, and which he shouldn't do, and left, and they threw something. And no reason why his friend did it, I don't know, but they slipped a Mickey in his drink, and he died from it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't trust nobody. I only leave if I left my water open or a soda or something open, and I come back and there's a lot of people around, I'm throwing it away. I ain't drinking that. I don't trust nobody. You know what I mean? I suggest you shouldn't either. So I just wanted to share that little story. I mean, of course, there's more to that, but I didn't want to, bore you guys to death with that long, drawn out story. So I just gave you that. So yeah, I almost smoked crack that night, and I'm glad I didn't. Thank God for that. So one thing I want to do, I appreciate those who support my channel. Give a little shout out to June 5th, Newark. Go subscribe to his channel. The brother, he got all multiple stuff. He talk about boxing, the day-to-day cultural stuff. He's with all that. Give a shout out to Forensic 88. She does movie reviews and are very good. Almost sound professional. Also, BG Dino. Shout out to him. He does movie reviews as well, and is very animated. Keep your attention. And I want to get a shout out to the Lareal Lamart Moore show. He does a lot of panels, and he talks about a lot of subjects and a lot of topics. Very good brother. Shout out to him. Give a shout out to the Dante Show Network. He talks about prison stories and they're real funny and excited. If you want to get a good laugh and some entertainment, go to his show. And shout out to the other cool brothers like Jihad, 504, and guys like that, and Top Beast and those dudes. But yeah, let's go to those guys' channels and please like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you again for the next video for more real talk. Peace.